All right, that's enough of Manchester. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
Second straight home defeat of the season for Barcelona, who fall to Leganes 1-0. Jules, they wasted so many chances.
So many chances. They went behind early on a set piece. Like you said, for the second home game in a row against a team struggling. So it's not like if they lost to Real Madrid and Atletico, they lost to Las Palmas and Leganes now. And after that, they could not break them down. They could not score. They hit the woodwork twice. Koundé had chances. Rafinha, Lewandowski before coming off quite early, by the way, for Lewandowski. Lamine Yamal got a pretty bad treatment in the first half, but we're still good. Just one of those days. But the problem is, it's just one of those days that keeps happening now. Because is it 1 win in 5 in the league?
Yeah, I'm less concerned by this because they created all those chances. And I worry, you know what I say? I worry when you do not create chances. And you concede many. They didn't concede many. No, they just couldn't finish. This is fixable.
I guess so, maybe. But they play Atletico Madrid next week.
It's a wild one between Rayo Vallecano and Real Madrid. Jules, it finishes 3-3. Could have gone either way.
Yeah, it could have.
Though Ancelotti still bullish, says we're still competing for everything. Relaxo.
It's true. It's really tight at the top of the table. And if they win the game in hand against Valencia at the start of the year, they will be top of the table. So, yeah, he's right in a way. Although that was a I thought, poor performance overall. I know they came back from 2-0 down and they were 3-2 up, but then again concede to make it 3-3. No Mbappe, and I'm just noticing that for the second game this season in the league without Kylian, it's a draw against Atletico and it's a draw against Rayo Vallecano. So I don't think, for all the issues that there might have been in this team with Kylian in here and finding the right position for him and all the pieces in the puzzle to fit, I still think that without him, they were not as good as they have been with him lately.
I don't think you can judge this team in any way because this team is getting by on grit because they always stay in games and on star power because you saw the Bellingham header and, of course, that Fede Valverde miracle of physics. But this 4-2-4 with a 39-year-old pulling the strings in midfield, Brahim over on the left, what's his name, Arda Güler on the right, Bellingham as the second center forward. I mean, this is not how he wants to play. It's how he has to play right now. I want to see them as a team, and we're not there yet because guys are out. The only living Sørloth in captivity comes off the bench to help Atletico to a 1-0 win over Getafe. 11 wins in a row for the Cholo Simeone, and they're level on points with Barca at the top with a game in hand.
Yeah, I mean, the substitutions did the job again for Sørloth and Molina with a great cross. It's a really good header as well. And at times, they maybe didn't have the mojo that they've showed in recent games. They were still good and created chances. They could have scored more goals than that one against the Getafe team. That every time I see them, and I thank God I don't watch them every weekend because it hurts my eyes. Really does. But I mean, well done Atletico. And then we said on Saturday evening in Barcelona, they will go there and play this Barca team who is a bit struggling at the moment. So massive opportunity for Simeone and he has his team now. He keeps the same team and the subs are doing the job when they come on too. So well done.
Sevilla beat Celta Vigo 1-0, but Jules, the story is that this was Jesus Navas' last game. He came off to a guard of honor in the 70th minute and is retiring now due to a chronic hip injury, 39 years young. I honestly, when you look at players and you guess kind of like, all right, which guys are going to have a really long career, I never thought it would be this guy because when he was younger, he was so fast and his game was all about sprints and energy, and he reinvented himself as he got older.
Yeah, as a right back as well. What an incredible tribute he received. He cried and cried and cried. All the family was obviously there. He played 4 years for City, but he's all Sevilla, really, let's be honest here. And I think he's one of the legends of that club. And it's a shame that he could not finish the season. I think there must be something he's leaving now because, as you said, his hip is bad.
I think there's an issue with him not wanting to continue with painkillers.
Yes, exactly, which is fair. Fair. We respect his choice. But yeah, 39 years old. 22 or 23 season, I think, because he started really young, as you said. Those 4 years at City, where he was very successful there too, obviously. Great servant to the game, great player, great personality, great everything you want. Well done, Jesus Navas.
It's time! It's Texter time! Jules, fresh off the double with Botafogo, our intrepid hero, took to social media to troll none other than Paris Saint-Germain, beIN Sport, ECA mega boss, Nasser Al-Khelaifi.
Yeah, they've had a beef for a long time now, them two. PSG chairman, obviously, and Lyon chairman. They faced each other on Sunday night at the Parc des Princes, where PSG were...
Yeah, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, comfortable winner, as we said. And there were an article in L'Equipe that kind of just pictured the story with all the messages between each other and how they were talking to each other, and Nasser telling John Textor to go and learn how to run a football club and media and stuff like that. Yeah, they don't get on, let's put it that way. When it was the draw for the Club World Cup on December 5th in Miami, they ignored each other like massively. They don't want to be in the same room. But at least it's good when they both hate each other. Because if Textor liked Nasser but Nasser didn't like Textor, or the other way around, it would be a bit awkward. But at least they know where they stand. They don't like each other. Neither of them like the other one. So it's okay.
The fact that you're leaking a private text conversation, that's a bit naughty, JT.
Because we know it comes from JT and not from Nasser Al-Khelaifi.
I think we can be pretty safe on that one.
Yeah, exactly. But at least when they face each other in the Club World Cup in the summer, that should be fun. Real Madrid will face Pachuca on Wednesday in the final of the Intercontinental Cup. Gab, another brand new competition?
Yeah, sort of. It's kind of like rebranding. So,
yeah.
Okay, to take us back to this, remember you had the original Intercontinental Cup pitting the champions of Europe and champions of South America. FIFA rightly said, let's be more inclusive.
Open, yeah.
Let's make a Club World Cup. And then you had the versions that were held first in Japan, then later in the Gulf, where you had the champions of all the confederations, plus like a rando team from the host nation. And basically in recent years, except for 1 year when I think, was it Chelsea under Rafa Benitez that lost? Were they lost ones, or was there somebody else?
No, that was the last one.
Essentially, the European team tends to always win.
Yeah.
So now, obviously, FIFA then said, let's make an expanded, bigger and better Summer Club World Cup every 4 years. But we're going to keep this, but we need to rebrand it. So they go back to the Intercontinental Cup name. And it's really funny because basically the winners of the different continents face off against each other for these rather corny sounding names, like the winner of South America against the winner of CONCACAF. It's called the Derby of the Americas Cup.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that would have been Botafogo, right?
Yeah.
John Textor's Botafogo got
lost
beaten
to
3-0, right? By Pachuca.
Yeah.
JT. But anyway, so then then you've got the Asia Pacific teams facing each other. Ultimately, was Al Ahly taking on Pachuca. Yeah, sorry. 136 minutes, I think, with time added on.
Yeah.
Went to penalties. Pachuca won 6-5. I did not watch the game. I watched the highlights. I'm sure you watched the whole thing.
So there's this Pachuca team is a good team. Like Salomon Rondon plays there. Idrissi plays there. I don't think they are good enough to be able to cope with Real Madrid, even this Real Madrid that we saw the weekend. But yeah, it should be fun.
But I'll tell you what, I think it's a definite sign from Real Madrid that the fact that Vini didn't start shows you that they want to take this seriously and they want to win this. And at least from their perspective, this is not some kind of timpa.